Good morning. Honorable Secretary to Government of India in Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Sri Apur Chandra ji. Vice Chairman, CII National Committee on Media and Entertainment, Mr. Biren Ghosh ji. Chairman, India Digital Gaming Society, Sri Rajan Nawani ji. It's my privilege to share this dice with my one of boss secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. As I am Director General STPI, and in fact STPI has been created 30 years back with the mandate to promote IT industry in this country. Mandate was very clear: to promote, to enable. It was not for making the regulations. In fact, STPI has done a wonderful job. Instead of regulating any aspect of the IT industry, we enabled them. So at that time, IT industry's issue were a connectivity from India to outside the world. That was the main, because Videsh Sanchar Nigam was only one of the service provider, internet service provider, who is providing bandwidth at 64 kilobits per second. That is not to all places of this country. We have taken this big task on us. We have taken bandwidth in satellite. We have taken transponder in satellites. We have provided the required bandwidth for IT industry. Today, when I meet veteran of IT industry, they always say, whatever today I am because of the STPI. If STPI was not able to provide that very connectivity, then we were not able to export software from this country, and nobody could have known who is Infosys, who is Wipro in this country. This is the first thing, connectivity. Second issue was, you have to have lot of permissions from various sources. You have to go to Reserve Bank of India to get your foreign remittance. You have to go to state government to create IT park. There were a number of issues. STPI has created single window system for IT industry. You just come to STPI, they will issue a soft tax certificate. That certificate will be sufficient for foreign remittance or anything. Third was, laptop was very costly. PC was very costly. In our center, we have created mainframe computer. You come and work there. So there were three big issues of the IT industry. We have handled it and we succeeded. Today, the revenue of IT industry is $227 million. I think after 30 years, for this AVG sector, we are at the same place. In 91-92, IT industry revenue was $1.5 billion. In fact, in 2000, it became $8 billion. I think we are more or less in the same. Gaming, we have $1.5 billion, and similar revenue we have the whole for AVG sector. So therefore, we need enablement for this sector to grow, like we have done in our IT industry thing. So just I was jotting down the point, what could be the issue today for AVG sector, like we have identified. Our senior officers in the government of India has identified those three issues and they have established STPI. So I've divided this into two parts. One is 3 T's and 3 C's, which is required for this AVG sector. 3 T's I jot down is, one is talent, second is trust, and third is training. When we see talent, I think IT industry, what they have given us, they have given a very good pool of talent in this country. Though we all are incidental engineers, since we were good in 12th, our parents has put in conveyor belt, and finally we become the product and become the engineer. And some Infosys and Wipro has got us just, yes, they are good engineers. We were not engineer by choice, but this force of parents has become good asset for this country. At that time, either you can become the doctor or you can become the engineer. But that creation of engineers by our parents, the whole credit goes to our parents. They have created engineers like us. Today we can say with the proud that yes, we have talented pool of engineers in this country. There is no dearth of artists. There is no dearth of technician in this country. We have full of talent. I think talent is good for this AVG sector. Second is trust. Today, when we talk in terms of the gaming, we talk in terms of anything animation, you create a software product, and that required trust. There is no country in this world which has more trust than our country has. People want to use the software product because this data is going from here and there, data is being accumulated somewhere. So we have talent, we have trust, and then training. Training is lacking. Actually, our engineers has to be reskilled. Our engineer has to be upskilled. We all are software engineer, but it's difficult for us to visualize augmented reality. It's difficult for us to visualize extended augmented reality. How it's possible? How can you create 3D product? How can you think of Web 3.0? How can you think that there will be a three-dimensional virtual product will be sold in the market? I mean, we can't think of, because we are the engineers of 90s. So therefore, what is required for ABG sector is to create good training program for this country, and the people who are already working in IT industry, they can be upskilled, they can be reskilled for this very sector. So these were the 3 T's we identified, and there were 3 C's also, which were connectivity, content, and commitment. So connectivity, I think now government has already announced merger of BBNL and BSNL to create more synergy for providing optical fiber to each and every house of this country. We have a big plan called BharatNet. Now it's being operated by Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. So we are already on the path of creating fiber to the home in this country. And recently we have also conducted the auction of 5G, which will give wireless connectivity to the game players, to the AVGC people. And this 5G has also been auctioned in record time in this country. And surprise to everybody, the day people have deposited the money, next day they got the frequency spectrum assignment to them. It takes 3 to 4 months. Whole auction process takes 2 years. This all happens in 3 months. So government is very much willing to do connectivity, to provide the connectivity each and every citizen of this country. Second is content. We have a lot of content. But the basic problem which I can see from the content is we have content in silos. These content has to be integrated. Somebody is doing something on Visual Studio, somebody is doing on VFX something, somebody is doing, but this is required to be integrated. Then we can have good content for this thing. And third is the commitment. I think the beginning, Mr. Biran Ghosh told, government has highest level of the commitment for this industry. We have already created task force. Prime Minister of this country sees this as one of the important sector for the growth of this country to create 1 trillion economy in 2025. So this commitment from the government is completely passionate, unmatched, and unparalleled. Apart from this, government has, because this AVG sector is going to create number of software product. We have already in place, it's called National Software Product Policy, which envisages 3.5 million jobs, 7 to 80 million revenue in 2025, and 10,000 startups, which is working on software product. So government commitment as far as the policy is concerned, we are at the right place. Government has already created policy and they are continue to create the policy. As far as STPI is concerned, like I told, our focus was promotion of IT. Now our focus is to create more and more centers for entrepreneurship in this country. And we have 20 centers for entrepreneurship. Out of them, for your surprise, 6 are dedicated to AVGC. We have 20 centers for entrepreneurship. All centers are domain specific. Like for fintech, we have center at Chennai. For automobiles, we have center at Motion, Pune, it's called Motion. We have for medical electronics, we have center at Lucknow, which is called Meditech. Similarly, for AVG sector, we have 6 center for entrepreneurship. I want to distinguish between center for entrepreneurship and center for excellence. Center for excellence, when I was in Department of Telecommunication, we have created center for excellence along with some IIT, some IIM. Least to say, they have not given the desired result. Those become the academic. STPI Center for Entrepreneurship are entirely different. This is completely industry driven. It is driven by Biren Ghosh, not by Arvind Kumar. No sarkari karan. Whether it is a expert on that, whether it is a chief mentor, all is industry driven. And the best part is problem statement comes from the industry. So when the problem statement is coming from the industry, it is a more chances to succeed those startups. First and foremost thing for any startup to grow, that they need right problem statement. Is being mentored by people like Viren Ghosh. We are providing access to market. We are making arrangement for fund. And we also have a scheme, it's called Next Generation Incubation Scheme, where we provide seed fund of 25 lakh rupees to startup, irrespective of the sector. We have one at Mohali, which is called Neuron, where we have selected 109 startups have been selected. We have Image at Hyderabad, which is working on VFX. We have one VAR COE, which is at Bhubaneswar. We have selected 21 startup there. We have Emerging Tech at Imphal. We have for animation, we have at Shillong, and for gaming, we have at Aizawl. So this is not that we have created those center for entrepreneurship only at Bangalore or Delhi. We have created even at the Northeast. So we want to tap talent of tier 2, tier 3 city as well. Indian AVG sector has the capacity, it is my belief, to become zenith of Digital India and hallmark of Brand India, dream that our Prime Ministers also desire. With this, I wish all the success for CII for this event. Thank you very much.